Father,
But
you're
the
talking about moving back and forth, no? Ang latest development, of course, ngayon, which is a controversy, and I think will be discussed by the IATF tomorrow, is the reduction of the physical distancing on mass transport. How is this going to affect your projections of the flattening, and what will it do to our efforts to sustain the flattening of the curve?
So 2 weeks ago, there was a paper published in JAMA Internal Medicine of two buses in China. The two buses were transporting people to a local church. In one bus, one person had COVID, and the other one, no one had COVID. And it turned out that after the event, 35% of the passengers of the one bus that had the COVID-19 turned out to have COVID. And so what you have here is a super spreader. And the concern that we would have if we try to minimize the social distancing is that you would have super spreading events on mass transportation. And anyone who is trying to manage a pandemic is especially concerned with super spreading events. So a super spreader is one person affecting more than 2, 3, 4. In this case, I think, let me just look how many people there were 24 of the 68 passengers on the bus got COVID from one infected patient. Now, I have to say this report was prior to the using of masks in China. However, and this is of the concern, our buses and mass transportation are air conditioned. Yes. And so you have an enclosed space, and the air is basically breathing and rebreathing. So even if you're wearing mask and face shield, if you're in there for an hour, that air is going to be, it's not being circulated. Now contrast this with an airplane where the air in the airplane is recirculated every 2 minutes. So every 2 minutes, the air is completely recirculated and passed through a HEPA filter that filters out many of the droplets and things like that that will transmit the virus. So this is our concern. We want to minimize spread. We want to minimize super spreading. And as this report pointed out 2 weeks ago, one person on a bus, 34 people, 24 people out of 68, 35%.
Yeah.
You have
Father, yeah. Father, as you know, as Father, go ahead.
Can I just point out that people will say, okay, you're in a bus, it's air conditioned, all right? You're all wearing masks and a face shield. What would a 0.25 meter difference actually make? I mean, what's that? You're just basically coming closer to the next person to you by 2.5 rulers. So what's the big deal? That's what they're going to ask.
So the big deal is the total number of people on the bus. So if you have social distancing of 1 meter, the maximum number of people on the bus is less than if you're sitting next to each other. So it's not necessarily just how far you are from the person, but how many people on the bus, each of whom is a potentially infected COVID-19 patient. So if you have twice the number of people, you double the probability that there's a COVID-19 patient person on the bus. So it's not just about it's not just about social distancing, it's de-densifying public transportation. We are trying to decrease the number of people in a enclosed space, right? Now, it might be different if the bus is completely open, there's no aircon, there's circulation of air, but this is the Philippines, it's hot, so there's going to be aircon.
Professor Rai, nabanggit ni Father, de-densifying the people inside mass transportation. But of course, as you know, we're not blind to the objectives and the rationale here. The government is trying to reopen the economy. They want to move more people to more places and allow them to get back to work. What options does government have right now? Now that you factor in, as we've been talking about this for the past month or so already, a reopening of the economy. If we see these numbers of more people working having an impact on the public health side, especially with these new protocols for mass transport, And what do you see happening to government's confidence to reopen the economy?
Okay, so number one, we just want to make it clear, Octa Research is against this move of the DOTR to reduce the distance, no, in public transportation vehicles, no, whether it's bus or jeeps, no. We need to increase buses and jeeps. There is enough leeway in the Bayanihan Hilas 1 Act for us to expand what we call service contracting, and I think that's the way to go. Government subsidizes part of the cost of expanding transportation. There's the bus rapid transit, which they can fast track. So there's quite a number of other options apart from expanding, apart from what they plan. So we need to expand number of jeepneys and buses flying the routes. So that's what I think. Yeah.
Okay.
So deploy more mass transport units instead of reducing the physical distancing.
Yes. Yes.
Are you going to report this to Malacanang? Because you're being consulted na by the IATF, di ba?
Yeah, well, we're submitting tomorrow our latest findings, and so we're hoping that it will have some impact. We're really against this, changes in policy. It will cause confusion. It's hard to administer and sustain, and we feel strongly that if we're not, the masks we're using, for example, are not all the same. Okay, and the only thing stopping us is the physical distancing. Not all masks are created equal, especially in an enclosed area. So cloth masks are not known to be very effective as compared to N95 or the surgical masks. So again, there has to be more study put into this policy change or program change, no? And that's because we don't have that study. I don't think we should change our rules on our protocols on physical distancing. And maybe we hope that DOTR will reconsider this.